Have you ever stopped to look at the world around you? Not just a quick glance, but a deep, long look. Look at the intricate design of a single leaf. The coded instructions that tell a tiny seed to become a giant redwood tree. Look at the software running in your own body right now, a biological operating system more complex than anything humanity has ever engineered. We see order. We see design. We see information. And yet we are told that all of this, every bit of it, is the product of chaos, of randomness, of unguided, mindless accidents over vast periods of time. They give us a simple-sounding formula. Random mutations plus natural selection plus billions of years equals life in all its complexity. It sounds plausible, almost poetic. But today, we're going to look at the one thing that this formula conveniently ignores, the one thing that evolutionists hope you won't think about too deeply. We're going to talk about the math, the cold, hard, unforgiving laws of probability and physics. Because there is a universal, unbreakable law of nature. You see it every day. Your coffee gets cold, your car rusts, your tidy room, left alone, gets messy. It's called the Second Law of Thermodynamics, entropy. It states, in simple terms, that in any isolated system, order will always move towards disorder. Chaos is the destination, not the starting point. It's a one-way street from order to chaos. So how did life itself manage to drive the wrong way down this universal highway? The evolutionist will tell you, but the Earth is not a closed system. It gets energy from the sun. And that's true, but this is a clever distraction, not an answer. Think about it. Does pouring raw energy onto a pile of random parts create a machine? If you leave a pile of steel, glass, and rubber out in the sun for 1 billion years, do you get a car? No. In fact, the sun's energy will break it down, bleach it, and corrode it faster. Raw energy without a pre-existing mechanism to harness and direct it actually increases chaos and decay. You don't just need energy. You need a blueprint. You need a factory. You need a plan. Life has these things. It's called DNA and the cellular machinery. But the question is, where did the first blueprint and the first factory come from when there was nothing but a chaotic chemical soup? This is where the math becomes not just a problem for evolution, but a death blow. Let's talk about proteins. They are the microscopic machines of life, built from smaller parts called amino acids, linked together in a specific, precise sequence like letters in a sentence. Get the sequence wrong, and the machine doesn't work. What are the odds of even one single, average-sized functional protein forming by chance in some primordial soup? The famous astrophysicist Sir Fred Hoyle, a man who was not a creationist, did the math. He compared the odds to a tornado sweeping through a junkyard and accidentally assembling a perfect, fully functional Boeing 747 airplane. The number he calculated was 1 in 10 to the power of 40,000. Let me try to put that number into perspective for you. There are only about 10 to the power of 80 atoms in the entire known universe. The chance of a single protein forming by accident is so mathematically absurd that it is, for all practical purposes, 0. And remember, you don't just need one protein. You need hundreds, maybe thousands of different types, all working together in perfect harmony, all enclosed in a self-replicating membrane, all powered by a coded information system we call DNA. The argument from evolutionists is that, given enough time, the impossible becomes possible. But is that really true? If you flip a coin and I tell you to get heads 100 times in a row, will billions of years make that happen? No. The odds are so staggering that it will never happen. The universe will end long before you get there. Time is not a magic creator. Time is actually the enemy of order. The more time you add, the more opportunity there is for things to break down and fall apart, according to the laws of physics. This brings us to the ultimate question, the elephant in the room: information. The DNA in every cell of your body is a code. It is a language. It is literal, specified, complex information. It's software. So let me ask you a simple, common-sense question. When have we ever, in the history of the universe, observed chaos creating a language? When has noise ever written a symphony? When has a random splash of ink on a page ever produced a work of literature? It has never happened. We know from all of our uniform and repeated experience that information, that code, only ever comes from one source: an intelligent mind. Yet we are asked to believe that the most complex information system in the known universe, the genetic code, wrote itself. We are asked to believe that chaos created code, that randomness wrote the software for life. Think about what they are truly asking you to accept. They are saying that the unbreakable laws of physics, which state that chaos destroys order, were somehow suspended. They're saying that the unbreakable laws of probability, which make the accidental formation of life a statistical impossibility, don't apply. And they are saying that the unbreakable laws of information science that state that code comes from a mind are wrong. So the next time someone tells you that life is just the result of time and chance, ask them about the math. Ask them how chaos gets a free pass to ignore the most fundamental laws of the universe. Are we being told the whole story? Or is billions of years just a rhetorical trick, a magic wand waved to make an impossible fairy tale sound like science? Chaos breaks things. It doesn't build them. And that, right there, might be the most ignored equation in the entire debate.